actually didn't see a woman with the veil and all full hijab on a bicycle. It's limiting. It is limiting.
Now, a dress code.
So how can you do everything you want, but your wife can't do because they have a hijab on? Just think about it.
When we are discussing about dress code, we need to understand the purpose of dress in the first place. Do you agree?
No, because hijab.
I mean, have you?
Sorry.
Have you seen?
Do you not agree?
Have you seen a soccer film?
Sorry.
Players,
You're going
soccer
to
players running with their veils on.
Brother. My sister,
limiting.
please. Listen. Do you not understand? I'm sure you do. When we talk about dress code, whether in a space agency where you have to dress, how do you dress in a? Wait,
as long as you're comfortable.
Sorry, 1 second. When you go into an aseptic environment, grade A, you know what grade A environment is?
What is it?
Okay. For example, even if you're going in a lab where you don't want any
personal protective.
No. I'll explain. An environment where we want to make it as sterile as possible. So pyrogen free from particles, whether they're from bacteria, viruses, fungus, and so on. So for example, in a lab we make total parenteral nutrition, we make chemotherapy, things like this. We go inside fully gowned. Sometimes they go down in such that only the eyes are visible. Now,
what does it have to do with hijab?
Excuse me, sorry. So this is also a dress code. Do you agree?
Yes, there's a reason behind it.
Wait. So if there's a reason behind the dress code, in principle you'd be okay with that?
Yes.
Fine.
What
so
is
we're getting
the reason behind
Wait, slowly. So we're now getting somewhere. A dress code to be acceptable in any context, there has to be justifiable reason for it. You see, we've come to a point where we're agreeing on a lot of things.
Yes.
You and I agree on a lot of things.
Yes.
Whatever dress code that is, there has to be a justifiable reason.
Yes.
Islam justifies the dress code where it says, when you go in public, you have to dress modestly. So the question of modesty comes in. You can ask and we can discuss what defines modesty. What level of clothing defines modesty?
So,
for example,
veil is above
please.
Quran.
I
know Quran.
No. I want to give you an example.
Many verses by my heart.
Please.
So,
can you let me finish this one point and then we can continue? I want to demonstrate it's not just clothing. Imagine now someone wears full clothing, skin tight and see-through. That's clothing. Now, exactly, imagine Islamic hijab, exactly, but it's all see-through. Now, the amount of clothing is the same. Do you think...
It is see-through, how is it the same?
Wait. The material is just see-through, that's different. But the clothing is from head to toe, for example.
Right.
Now, do you think Islam would consider it okay? Same level of clothing?
Islam would not consider it okay.
Right. So now you have a level of clothing is the same. It's not whether it's transparent or not. Do you see when we get here? How much clothing you put on yourself is not the extent of clothing from head to toe. That means it's linked with something else.
What is the reason behind it? What do you think is necessary?
I told you already, Islam wants women and men, don't forget men, to dress modestly in public. What they do in their private homes, whether they walk naked or not, that's not what affairs to Islam. Okay? What you do in public, because it's going to affect you and me, affect the society, affect my kids, affect my teenager son.
So
right?
Am I affecting the society with not
I'm not talking about you. Sorry. Do not bring any personal issues in. I am saying...
You are thinking as a person with someone in your family with hijab on, you're thinking about the rest of the society without hijab or affecting the society, right? They're
what I'm saying,
people around them.
Any piece of clothing, depending on how you wear it, it will affect your level of modesty. Even if you wear the burqa, the khimar, the jilbab, more than even the normal jilbab khimar, but it's all see-through, imagine it's made by polythene, see-through. It is not going to be acceptable. Even the level, even though the extent of clothing from head to toe is the same. So what is importantly highlighted here is what makes modest clothing. So Islam considers and it defines the level of modesty. It says whatever is apparent, for example, they can display whatever comes out apparent. So in an Islamic society, in a public appearance of a woman,
Islam is forcing women
not forcing.
to cover.
Excuse me. I take offense with this word Islamic forcing. When you talked about your hospital, or in Germany or anywhere, you don't use the word forcing. Be consistent. If you're going to use, my hospital forced me to work wearing clothes,
So if
you don't say that. You don't say that.
Okay, so you are a proper
in fact, England is England is forcing you to wear clothes in Speaker's Corner. How would you feel if I use this word? England is forcing you to wear clothes. You will say, what do you mean forcing? It's my choice I wear. You see, you will take, say, look, I don't accept that. I'm not being forced. I'm in England, but I'm not being forced. So when we talk about dress code, Islam considers a level of modesty with certain clothing. So for a man, it has a level of clothing. Women, it has a level of clothing. And it says for both of them, lower your gaze. Lower your gaze. So
it did not consider the woman being comfortable in it or not. It just thought about society. So the woman in the height of the summer, which is 45 degrees Celsius, has to wearing it. And
so would you come here, or if it's 45
they're
degrees?
not comfortable in it.
So if it's 45 degree here, would you come here naked? Same question applies. You would not be able to, because the society has already restricted your freedom.
Nobody promoting nakedness.
So
Do you see that?
Nobody promoting nakedness.
What happens when people go to the beaches, sea beaches? They take off their clothes, don't they?
Do
Mostly.
you know religion promoting nakedness?
Excuse me. I'm not talking about your religion. I don't know where you're coming from. You need to
just
understand
said
the
they're
discussion.
naked.
So as you realize, doesn't matter how much clothing you put, you have to accept we are forced by society wherever we are
No,
to a
if
certain
you
degree
tomorrow
of restriction
come
of what we
here,
wear.
come
Your
here, have the
alternative
full clothes
is wait
on,
naked
and
now.
then you'll understand what a woman goes through wearing full hijab on. Tomorrow come
I'm
here,
sure-
put the burqa on. If all Muslim women do that, maybe it will change their understanding of what I'm talking about.
Okay, let me tell you why I
And
don't
then
find
when
that.
when I speak with women with hijab, they say it's their choice, which I don't believe that.
Now I
can't.
okay.
They can't
I want to make a comparison likewise. No.
Your choice. Okay.
Sorry, I want to make like a comparison. One is very warm. Why even men are not going like in a scantily clothes at work? Some clothes. Why aren't men having a bikini at work when it's very hot? Why aren't they allowed?
The alternative is not
Man's
bikini.
bikini. Man's
The
bikini.
alternative.
Oh, okay, what? Not bikini. What is it called? An underpants,
The
right?
alternative to burqa is not bikini.
Excuse me.
Will you
You've come
be
to the wrong discussion.
comfortable in it?
I know I have a problem with
Will
that.
Because you don't have
will you be
answer.
comfortable in
Sorry,
it?
sorry.
Will you be comfortable in
It's
it?
not about comfortableness. Look, if
It
you're
is.
feeling okay,
If
excuse
you're
me.
not feeling
Sorry,
comfortable
sorry.
in your clothes, there's a problem about it.
Do women feel comfortable in their high heels?
No.
So why would they wear in loafers, for example?
Do you see the
What's
problem?
it do?
Do you see the problem? It's not about comfort.
But
Now,
it's not a cult. There is not
Sorry.
there is not a
Now-
high heels or
now-
religion.
now-
If you want to
now-
belong in it, you are gonna have high
look.
heels on.
Now you have established one thing very interesting. Women can wear things on herself even though it's not comfortable, like high heels. And you would have no problem with that.
Because of that women can become. So you
Sorry,
decide
sorry.
for them.
Let me ask you
as
this
a
question.
religious
Do you have
authority.
a problem with women wearing high heels? Even though it's uncomfortable?
I should not. Do I have a problem with women wearing hijab?
No.
I don't have any problem with that.
So why are
My
you
question
questioning all
is
this
why?
stuff?
Yeah, why Islam?
Okay.
is
Islam.
putting
Okay.
women
So let's come
in a
back.
certain-
Okay. So Islam says the beauty of woman is such that she
It
is.
is for the Islam to decide.
It's not for Islam to decide, it's for God.
And
If God decides, sorry.
the man-made God.
Sorry. If God decides that I should eat only things which are pure, and you say, man decided that. I might find that it makes sense to me, that it is actually God. In fact, I may be fully convinced that God has decided this only in the Quran, and I am convinced of that. That is why all of this discussion needs to, as we started, as you realize, needs to go back to the very core foundation. Does God exist? Has He communicated with us? Has He given us laws and regulations for our lives? If He has, and we know it's there in the Quran, I happily accept it.
Back then it was necessary for the societies to have some sort of religion, to take people and frame them and give them a structure. And of course Islam back then was very
Every society
important.
needs structure.
It helped people to find their ways in a society where there was no
Why were you
no
picking on
laws
religion?
or anything.
Why are you
But
picking on religion?
Now we have the structure. We have
What structure? Every structure, every
laws,
civilized
the rules
country
of the
needs.
society. If a society is functioning well without any women having hijab,
Which society is
if
functioning
it's
well?
functioning
Which society
pretty
is
well
functioning well?
without
Can I
any
ask
women
a question?
having
Which
hijab
society
in
is
that-
functioning well without?
women having hijab in
Yeah,
it,
which society is functioning well?
then that would be a total normal society.
Would you like to tell us which society today is functioning well when women are given the liberty to dress the way they want? Which society is functioning well? Because then I will ask you.
Yeah, they do function well.
Okay, say in Britain, how are the society in Britain?
Britain would have been fine without women with hijab walking.
Sorry.
in it.
Let's
Would
forget.
Fine.
Let's forget.
No problem.
Please, let's forget the
Or
hijabis.
the same problems.
Please.
If there are problems,
Excuse me.
crimes, it hasn't
Let's-
gone down because women walk in
I want to really discuss this. Let's forget the hijabis. So we have Britain when women can wear whatever they want, right? Now, has this made women in their society better than before? More progress than before? More happier than before? Because I want to ask you, what is the measure of their happiness and betterment by choosing a particular dress code? And how is it better than before? So please discuss. How do you think women with their own personal liberty of dress code is more better, and you have to define how better is better, compared to before? Because I see women have been used as a merchandise. Women have been abused, exploited by using their dress codes.
What is the alternative?
You're a woman.